Hello everybody, it is me, Big Time Beans. Welcome to week 2 of the GPA. It's week 2, everybody. Give it up for week 2. We made it another week. And what a week it was. There's a ton of stuff that happened this week. The battles were great. And I'm excited to get into it with you guys. But first, some league updates. Primarily, Nuckford, the coach of the Colorado Hex Puffs, is no longer a coach. No hard feelings, just did not have time to keep up with the league. Absolutely no problem. We understand it as a moderation team. No hard feelings. He will have that spot taken over by Gordon in the Manitoba Ting-Loos, which I totally do not take any offense to as a Vancouver Canucks fan, which is maybe the most embarrassing thing I've admitted on the internet. But we're back at it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the battles. Week 2 saw X Phantom, the coach of the... What the frick are those two? Week 2 saw X Phantom, the coach of the West Palm Lugias, taking on Coach Threat of the Chipotle Choodles. There's a ton that happened this battle, including what could have been essentially a sweep from a Coil Mega Electros, but a really cool Darkest Lariat tech from X Phantom came in clutch when it crit the Electros, who is at +6/+6. And from there, it was just absolutely too much for Coach Thread to keep up with, and X Phantom would take the win 2-0. Next up, we got Coach Chaos 6, coach of the Detroit Red Wingles, versus Coach Wastecaw, coach of the Golden Glacians. That was a lot to say there. And I want everyone to repeat after me. Shaman Sky is a very good Pokemon. While there was a ton that happened before Shaman Sky stepped in and decided that it was game, like an insane mortal spin tech on the Roserade, that's not what's important. What's important is that I, Big Time Beans, am partially responsible for this monster that is Shaman Sky. 3-0, Detroit Red Wingles. Next up, we got Coach Clockwork of the Kansas City Torrent facing off against Mate, coach of the Goodnight Cresselia. You know, the more that I look at Mate's team, the more I realize this team is just really, really good. I don't know what I was thinking before. I think I put him like 4th to last. This team is busted. That being said, Mega Skarmory did in fact just completely 1v1 a Zygarde, which is not a sentence I thought I would have to say. There was some really amazing tech, such as Rain Dance from Lapras triggering Weather Ball from Torkoal, giving it Water Absorb, plus a Perish Trap to force constant switches with that Ogerpon. It's a natural counter. However, the Sun and Ogerpon were too much for Mate to handle. 2-0, Clockwork. Folks, we got an absolute defensive showcase from Coach RDG Dom of the Ferocious Fur Alligators and Mouse, coach of the Small Town Slowpokes. A lot happened this battle, but to be honest with you, it was mostly incredibly defensive gameplay that is very difficult to post-com over. So we are going to skip through past the point where the core was broken. And that point was when Hoopa decided to call its shot. It apparently did not like me talking smack on it in the preseason polls. Hoopa would pick up the most crucial kill of this fight in the Slow King, which would open the door for mons such as for that Mega Dragalge to end the game. In one of the most dominant showings we've seen this week, the game goes 5-0 RDG Dom. Next up, we have Coach King Kryptonate in the Phoenix Sun Curtains facing off against Vane in the Muddy Water in my cup. An absolute battle of wits was what partook the beginning of this game, with a lot of pivoting from Mons that are weak to Mamoswine, but the mid game was dominated by a who can get a critical hit on Draining Kiss first, +6/+6, Tapu Fini, and Primarina. It turns out the Tapu Fini was the one that could get the Draining Kiss first. Strangely enough though, the Meowscarada in the back was still enough to force it out, so we did not get to see a Tapu sweep. From there, Skarmory did its best magician act by dodging both a Focus Blast and an Icicle Crash to secure the kill on Mamoswine, which allowed Chiyu to come in and call game. Well, not necessarily game, but it did in fact end the game by killing pretty much everything. Chiyu is a really good Pokemon, and the fact that it's on the team that also has Mega Gallade is making me reconsider where I put this thing in the power rankings. 2-0, Coach Vane. The first showing from Coach Gordon and the Manitoba Team Lose was against the Orange County Oshawotts and Coach Scal. Pecharunt had a remarkable showing, picking up 2 different kills and acting as an incredible physically defensive barrier against things such as the Ogerpon and Mega Excadrill. In the end though, it would be the King Gambit that ended the game, and in dominant fashion. 5-0, Coach Gordon. Finally, we have Coach Dino Trooper and the Apple Clan versus Lokra in the Greenwood Gold Appleton Juice. In this Juice v Juice battle, it would really come down to who had the most sauce. And unfortunately for Lokra, it turns out Palafin is the sauce maker. Despite a very balanced early in mid-game, Mega Raichu Y would come in and start clipping Zac Cannon all over his goofy ah, which set up for Palafin to come in, click Bulk Up, and do its thing. There was nothing for Lokra to do. 4-0, Dino Trooper. As of week 2, here are your standings, and here are your kill leaders. Palafin showing out strong, Shaman Sky, Chiyu, really good Pokemon. The only surprise on here at all for me is still that Screamtail carrying over its weight from week 1. Mega Dragalge, despite only having 2 kills, I think has done a lot more than it would suggest, so who knows, maybe this actually is the next coming of Hydrapple. Now, we've had some change. X-Phantom remains at the top of the league, while RDG Dom jumps up 4 places to join him in 2nd place. While he does have the better differential, I still feel X-Phantom wins have been better. But yeah. Down at the bottom, again, not bad by any stretch of the imagination, just very different builds. They've gone up against really good coaches, but someone's got to go at the bottom. Right now, there sits Scowl and Wastecaw and Mouse. The only 0-2 team that is above a 1-1 team is King Kryptonate. I feel like his 2 losses have both been very close and against very good coaches, and he was right in both. Kind of in the middle of the pack is Clockwork and Gordon, who in his first game had a dominant display. I had no choice but to put him in the top 8. And sort of in that upper echelon tier, you have teams like Dino Trooper, who jumped up 3 spots, Chaos, who jumped up 5 spots. You have Dino Trooper, who jumped up 3 spots, you have Chaos that jumped up 5 spots, and Mate, who while not jumping up, is still sort of in the mix. Your top 4 teams are what you expect. Thread, who while he has a loss, it was a loss against a very good team. Vane, who is undefeated, and of course the 2 top coaches that we discussed. Well, that's the video. Thank you so much for joining. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It is currently 10 o'clock PST, so I'm going to try and get this video out before it's Thursday my time. I will catch you guys next week. Peace.